has signed Adam Garner from little-known Chippenham Town to become the first brand-owned player. Well, Adam Garner will now play instead for Conference South team Bedford Town, but Championship manager will contribute to his salary and pick up profits from any future transfer fee. It's a novel approach that might open the door for heavy hitters like Tesco, say, to compete with clubs to buy top players. Well, with me now is Mark Schmidt from Championship Manager. Why did you do this?
Well, we heard from Nick Platnow, the manager of Bedford Town, that he was using Championship Manager to actually scout for players. Because at that level, of course, you don't have wall-to-wall TV coverage. So he used it as very much a preliminary tool. We asked to be kept informed, and we learned that the player he wanted to buy, they couldn't afford. So we offered to step in, buy the player in effect, loan him back to the club, and pay his wages for the rest of this season.
And what's it costing you?
It's costing us hundreds of pounds a week rather than thousands of pounds that the Premiership players get.
But the gamble is that he'll be worth something one day and you'll make money on the transfer.
Well, we're looking at it very much as being first and doing something innovative in football. We're not looking to make a vast amount of money from it. We're operating at a smaller level. But you're right, bigger companies like Tesco, Carphone Warehouse may one day be buying up young talent in order to make profit down the line.
I mean, the West Ham example is sort of the biggest high-profile sort of kind of case of this. I mean, do you think that could end up taking off? I mean, can you see individuals investing in football?
Well, potentially. I think really you have to look at the size of club. I imagine that at Arsenal, for instance, Arsene Wenger and David Dean wouldn't be keen for anyone to come in and pay wages because they want to develop the talent and buy it itself. At the level we're talking about, or even I think perhaps up to the Championship, clubs could perhaps take a trade-off between paying the wages from another source and yet losing any potential transfer revenues down the line.
And I suppose it might be a way of involving local people more in their clubs.
Absolutely.
I mean, local people could really own a player.
That's right. I think a lot of chairmen up and down the country will look at this and think, how could that work for me?
What sort of time span are you giving yourself this? I mean, would you just keep funding this indefinitely?
Well, I mean,
what if he's rubbish?
Well, I mean, we've been at pains to point out, as have the club, that we have no influence over the football decisions. So we can't tell the manager when to pick in, which position to play in, or anything like that. But we'll obviously be looking at the whole deal across the rest of the season, and who knows, we could well maintain our links with Adam and Bedford next season, or maybe elsewhere.
So your commitment's just for this season?
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Nick, for joining us, Mark Schmidt. That's it for now. We're back.